Hello, I'm Bishop Blaise Supich, and I thank you for taking the time to view this video message, as it gives me a chance to share with you and so many others some wonderful news that will have a lasting impact in our diocese for years to come. The news has to do with the great opportunity God has provided us through the generosity of the Benedictine Sisters of St. Martin Monastery. The sisters, so well known to us, given their dedicated service in our diocese since 1889, recently agreed to sell their monastery buildings and 200 acres to the diocese and our schools at a price far below market value. They consider the property holy ground. They were determined that it be used to serve God and the spiritual needs of our people. I'm deeply grateful to the sisters for their love of the Church, which prompted their generosity. When I learned of the sisters' offer, my first step was to seek the counsel and advice of the priest and lay leaders throughout the diocese. They were unanimous. There was no way we could pass up this opportunity, as it would allow us to address in a unified way the many unmet challenges which we identified in our Synod 2002 process. Like the sisters, we want the property to remain a holy place for holy people, and that is why we are calling it Terra Sancta, the Latin term for the Holy Land. Do you remember the work we did in our 2002 Synod process? For more than 2.5 years, we gathered in parish speak-up sessions, regional meetings, and finally our General Assembly to identify our long-term goals for the future. Those goals included improving faith formation for youth and adults, evangelization and outreach to non-practicing Catholics and new members, community building, Catholic education, administrative efficiency. Remarkably, every one of these goals from our Synod is greatly advanced in one comprehensive effort by making Terra Sancta our new home. Walking together by faith, we can accomplish all of our goals, making a great gift to those who follow in our footsteps. We Catholics of the Rapid City Diocese inherited our faith and so much more from those who walked before us. Our ancestors, with the help of so many outside donors, built the churches and schools in which we were raised. Now it is our turn to build on what we have received and leave a lasting legacy for our children and their children for decades to come. When I visit the holy grounds of Terra Sancta near the former St. Martin Monastery, it is clear to me that we belong here. Just look at this extraordinary panorama. This beautiful country has the power to nourish our spirits and our love of God and each other. I can envision outdoor gatherings here, picnics and festivals, recreation, summer youth camps, and the development of shrines and a path for the Stations of the Cross. This well-built facility is familiar to so many who have come to St. Martin's over the years. Generations of Catholics and people of other faiths have benefited from the warm hospitality of the Benedictine Sisters during retreats and family gatherings, parish meetings, events for our young people, healing and recovering seminars, marriage preparation, educational programs, diocesan study days, conferences for priests and religious, and so much more. For the Church to lose this beautiful complex would be a great tragedy and seriously diminish our efforts to bring people, families, and communities closer to Christ through solid spiritual formation and education. That is why we want to continue that work by renovating and expanding the south end of this beautiful complex into our Spiritual Life Center. Our Spiritual Life Center will be fully equipped to handle retreats, meetings, and reunions. I can envision the members of a parish council, perhaps from Phillip or Timberlake, Gregory or Winter, coming to the Spiritual Life Center with their pastor for a retreat to renew their parish vision and celebrate Mass in the magnificent chapel. I can imagine families and youth groups from Fort Pierre or Lemon, Martin or Buffalo, visiting the hills for winter and summer recreation. Perhaps after a day of skiing or hiking, they would enjoy the home-like atmosphere in the spacious family suites, and take time for quiet spiritual renewal in the chapel, the library, or on the cloistered walks. At a later stage, the diocesan offices will be added, so that along with the retreat center and the beautiful chapel here, our Spiritual Life Center would be a place where all Catholics will feel at home, and visitors of all faiths will know that they are welcome. In a word, our Spiritual Life Center at Terra Sancta, a holy place for holy people, will be the Catholic footprint in the Black Hills, allowing us to continue the work of the Benedictine Sisters. As your bishop and pastor, I look forward to the day each and every one of you can come to this renovated facility and feel at home here. The north end of the building will become the elementary school on the Terra Sancta campus. It too needs to be upgraded and brought into compliance with safety codes. The plan is to ready it as soon as possible to accommodate our preschool through 5th grade students who will move over here from St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Catholic School in Rapid City. That is all in the first phase. Over time, and as funds become available, we plan to move our diocesan offices to Terra Sancta, making for efficiency in the whole operation. It is significant that this beautiful worship space stands at the center of the monastery building. It has been the heart of what has taken place here for many years and will continue to be so for both the school and the diocese, reminding us that what we do here is God's work. Developing Terra Sancta for our use is an investment in the future. We have a master plan to develop it step by step. All of this requires additional money. After listening to my advisors, I have decided to launch a special appeal with a target of $12.5 million to help fund the initial renovation of Terra Sancta. We are calling it the We Walk by Faith Special Appeal. We will also use a portion of the money toward our campus ministry programs for college students. The Newman Centers in Rapid City and Spearfish are independently raising half of the money they will need to expand their facilities and programs. The diocese will provide the other half. $12.5 million sounds like a great deal of money, and it is. But for comparison's sake, in 1960, the last time the diocese made a special appeal for capital additions and improvements, nearly $13 million was raised in today's dollars to build the cathedral. Our ancestors nearly a half-century ago walked by faith, and that is the invitation I am extending to you. If we walk by faith, I am confident that we will reach this goal through hard work and sacrifice and God's blessings. Just as others pass the faith down to us, we now have a unique opportunity to pass it on to our children. Please make a generous pledge to the We Walk by Faith Special Appeal. Thank you for listening, and thank you for taking this journey with me as together we walk by faith. May God bless you and your families.